Hi y'all, I'm Carrie, and if you're looking for a teen tearjerker book about soulmates, then I have just the book for you. I just finished reading A Thousand Boy Kisses by Tilly Cole, and before you watch any further, I do want to warn you that this book talk has what some might consider to be a pretty big spoiler. It also has a couple trigger warnings that could be considered spoilers as well, so stop now if you don't want to know. Okay, you're still with me? The trigger warnings are cancer, childhood death, and terminal illness. I warned you this was a tearjerker. Published in 2016 by CreateSpace independent publishing platform, this is a standalone romance about Rune and Poppy, childhood best friends and soulmates. Rune's family moves to Georgia from Norway when Rune and Poppy are 8 years old. They move next door to Poppy's family, and Poppy instantly decides that she and Rune are going to be best friends, and they become inseparable. One day, to her surprise, Poppy's daddy picks her up early from school. Her mama is dying of lung cancer and wants to say goodbye to Poppy. As a final gift, she presents Poppy with a mason jar filled with 1,000 blank paper hearts. Her happiest memories were of the kisses that Poppy's pawpaw gave her, so she wants Poppy to fill the jar with the memories of 1,000 boy kisses, but only the really special ones, the ones that almost make her heart burst. We see some foreshadowing here, so if my trigger warnings didn't give it away, these next words might. Rune finds a grief-stricken Poppy in the cherry grove, and Poppy shares some of Mama's last words with him. She told me that the best and prettiest things never stay around for long. She said that a cherry blossom was too beautiful to last all year. It was more special because its life was short. Rune is more worried about Poppy kissing other boys than the lifespan of blossoms and says, Poppy Moon, it means my Poppy, for infinity, forever and always, you're my Poppy. Rune and Poppy share their first kiss, and thus begins their love story. Poppy and Rune grow up, and suddenly they're 15 years old, and Rune's papa tells him that the family is moving back to Norway. Poppy and Rune are devastated, but make a promise that their lips and kisses are for each other only. Shortly after Rune moves, Poppy unexpectedly stops all form of communication with Rune, and he never hears from her again. Fast forward 2 years, and Rune's family is suddenly moving back, and for an unexplained reason, Poppy's family had also moved away and has only recently returned. The tension between the two is clear from the very moment they lay eyes on each other for the first time in 2 years. Rune is angry and bitter by Poppy ghosting him, and Poppy is hiding a pretty big secret, not only from Rune, but from the whole school as well. Once Rune learns Poppy's big secret, will they be able to move past the pain for the forever and always that they had promised each other? This book is full of flowery prose, and our two lovebirds often speak more like philosophers than teenagers. But maybe that's what happens when you meet the other half of your heart at such a young age. Poppy in particular is known for her quirky ways and deep thoughts. On page 172, Poppy and Rune are at the beach, a favorite place of theirs back when they were children, when she says the following to Rune: I really believe that the tales of loss don't always have to be sad or sorrowful. I want mine to be remembered as a great adventure that I tried to live as best as I possibly could. Because how dare we waste a single breath? How dare we waste something so precious? Instead, we should strive for all those precious breaths to be taken in as many precious moments as we can squeeze into the short time on earth. That's the message I want to leave behind. And what a beautiful legacy to leave for those I love. Have you figured out her secret yet? This isn't a happy one, and our soulmates don't get their happily ever after. Or do they? I knew I had to read this book because I was seeing it everywhere. I had no idea what it was about, so I wasn't expecting it to be such an emotional book. I liked the author's writing style and enjoyed a lot of the descriptions. She really made me feel like I was looking up at the beautiful sky through blossom petals. I started this book as an audiobook though, and after about a quarter of the way through, I couldn't stand the narrators anymore, especially PJ Oshlin, who was reading Rune's chapters. The cringe factor of a 40-year-old man from Long Island speaking the lines of an 8-year-old little girl from the Deep South was just next level. I had to make the switch to the Kindle copy just so I could finish the book. Narrators aside, if you like romance and are in the mood for a nice cleansing cry, grab this book and go find your favorite outdoor reading spot to dive in. You'll root for Poppy and Rune all the way to the end. If you like this book and want to try others that are similar, you should check out A Walk to Remember by Nicholas Sparks and The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. Both of these books deal with terminal illness and romance and have also both been made into movies too. But if you're looking for a bit of a pick-me-up and still want to stick with the themes of childhood soulmates, long-distance moves, broken communication, and second chance reunions, then definitely try out Some Mistakes Were Made by Kristen Dwyer.